Hello Dairy Today viewers, from the Stuart Peterson Advisory Team. Here's your Dairy Week in Review for the week of February 3rd, 2012. We did see the January contract come off the board here and settle this week, and we did get those final settlement prices here on Friday, so we'll go ahead and take a look at those. First starting with our class prices, and we'll move to the component prices as well. So we did see some very significant losses over that month time frame. When we look back to December, with our class 3 price down at $1.72, finishing at $17.05. Class 4 was also hit here pretty hard, down 31 cents, finishing at $16.56. And now looking at some of those component prices that factored into these price losses, cheese was down 20 cents, finishing at $1.60 compared to $1.80 in December. Butter, we did see some softness there as well, but not quite as much, only down 2 cents compared to December. Dry whey actually managed to finish up with some of the gains here we had in the early weeks of January, up 3 cents, finishing at 68 cents for the month of January. And also non-fat dry milk was down just a touch, down 3 cents as well. Taking a look at price action from this week, we did see some lower prices pretty much across the board, but we'll go ahead and get started with your cheese market first. As you can see, blocks were down 2.5 cents for the week. Barrels actually managed to finish unchanged, although they were down the bulk and the majority of the week, but did find some buying interest here on Friday that lifted them out of the red and finished in that neutral territory at unchanged. Butter did see some additional weakness throughout the week, did manage to finish down 5 3/4 cents, just below that 150 mark. Also, our powder markets were hit hard, especially our dry whey market, and we'll get to that in just a minute on the charts. But looking at our February whey, we were down 7 cents, so finishing below 64 cents there. And our non-fat dry milk was hit hard as well, down 3/4 cents. The class 3 milk prices really took a dive here this week, with each of those dairy components moving lower, especially when we look at that cheese and dry whey market. So we'll go ahead and look at how that affected our milk prices throughout the week. First with our front month contract, which is now February, sliding into that slot, was down only 26 cents for the week, so we did see a little less volatility now that it is the front month contract. March and April, as you can see, hit the hardest, especially the second month contract. March down 80 cents. May through June also came away with some very significant losses there, down 33 and 36 cents. And now looking at our class 4 prices, we did see some pressure there as well, and some additional softening. As you can see, February through April finishing anywhere from 15 to 30 cents lower in that February through April time period. May through July, also a similar story there. Some more losses that were spread out. As you can see, not quite as bad in the more deferred June, July months, but still finishing in the red. Taking a closer look at our spot cheese market and where we've been here over the past few months. This is a monthly block barrel average chart, so we'll go ahead and dive in a little deeper on the charts. As you can see, we have moved lower for 3 consecutive months as we move into this February month. So November, December, January, we've been lower. And you can see this little candlestick here does represent February, so we are working on our 4th consecutive month lower for cheese prices. And overall, it's very historically rare. We've actually only seen it happen twice, going back to 1998. So once again, very rare and very low probability that we do get that 4th consecutive month, but don't want to rule that out in any means. But we'll look on the charts more recently how it's played out when we do get those 3 consecutive months lower. So going back to 2006, you can see we did see 3 months in a row with lower prices, and we did find a bottom there and worked our way higher, as you can see on the chart. More recently, 2008, you could see 3 months lower once again, but we did see 1 month sandwiched in between another lower month. But bottom line, we didn't get 4 consecutive months. And now, even more recently, going back to 2010, you can see a similar story here, down 3 months in a row, but that 4th month snapped back really quickly and really sharply. So you can see where we're at here now and just how rare that 4th consecutive month can be, but we'll have to keep an eye on it and where we go in this month of February. The latest dairy products report was released here this week, and we did get the final numbers for the month of December, so the final numbers for the year. So we'll go ahead and take a look at those production numbers and how they came in. First, starting with total cheese production, was up pretty big, pretty substantial, up 2.4% compared to last year. That is a record all-time high. So once again, a little concerning when we look at the supply side of it, and compared to last month, was up 4.2% from the month of November. Cheddar was just down slightly, down less than 1% compared to the previous year, but was up 7.5% compared to the previous month. Butter, similar story there. Production was up 5.2% compared to last year, also up nearly 9% compared to the previous month. So very strong numbers there. Dry whey, really mixed report there, down 7.1% compared to the previous year, but compared to last month was actually up that same amount, 7.1%. So we'll continue to monitor these production numbers and how they trend into this next year. Flipping over to our second month class 3 contract, which is currently March, I will take a look at it on a weekly chart just to see what's really gone on over the past few weeks. The first thing to note is this trend line we do have from going back to December of 2010. As you can see, we have managed to stay above it. In October, we did bounce off it pretty well. Really tested it there, but did once again bounce off it. And as you can see, the rally that resulted definitely found heavy selling pressure, heavy resistance at 18. Managed to break above that just to 1804. And since then, it's been pretty much nothing but down, as you can see on the chart there. Over the past 4 weeks, you can see just how sharp the sell-off has been. We did stay above trend line before this week. You can see where we bounced right above it and did have a little bit of gains there in that previous week. But with this week, once we broke below it, prices really started to fall out of bed. It took a nosedive there. As you can see, we did find a bottom just above 1550 at 1552. So it is supportive that we did find a bottom there and finished the week on a higher note, nearly 20 to 40 cents above that, finishing the week at 1590. Also taking a look at the dry away market for the week, we did see some very significant softness there throughout the week. And on the charts here, as you can see, just how significant this rally and run-up has been over the past few weeks. We did really start to stall out and really show the first signs of weakness over the past few weeks, as you can see on the charts. Really start to run out of gas on the top end of the range. But this week, we really opened up the bottom end of it, actually finished just over 53 cents. So if this is a correction for our dry away market, we definitely want to find some traction, find some support above this 50-cent range and start moving back higher, or at least get somewhat of a correction or a bounce going forward. So looking ahead to next week, a few things on our radar. The first one being this next week is going to be a very critical week. Definitely feel like we're at a pivot point for this next year. So we definitely want to see cheese and dry away really find some traction here, at least go sideways and start to work their way higher from here. If we don't see that happening, definitely view the longer term trend as more in a downward direction from here. So definitely want to see things pick up this next week and show some signs of life. We definitely are on thin ice as we look forward to this next year. From the Stuart Peterson Advisory Team, I'm Rocky Gang. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.